Hi, it's Susie from Pink Diamond Guide. How are you? Um, Made myself a promise with this channel that I wouldn't just stop at doing fluffy tarot readings, that didn't crack past the surface of what it was to be on a soul ascension journey. So I'm making other videos, like informative videos that give real spiritual tactics in order to raise yourself up on your soul ascension journey against satanic strategies. Now, I'm gonna, like in this little playlist I put together, I want to talk about 3 specific satanic strategies that are in place to challenge you on your journey into faith, into your soul ascension journey, right? So 3 I want to talk about is the Jezebel spirit, the Ahab spirit, and the Cain spirit. Now, all of these are archetypes designed to keep you out of the blessings of your journey, right? Satanic strategies in order to keep you on a stuck path. So I will talk about the 3 really briefly today, but let this be an introductory ideal, and we'll dig deeper into these strategies as we go. I cannot get to all of it all in one video unless I keep you here for the next, I don't know how many hours. But let's start somewhere. So let's start with these videos that I'm going to put up over the next few days are going to be discussing archetypes of evil or satanic strategies designed to keep you out of your blessings. And we're going to talk Jezebel, we're going to talk Ahab, and we're going to talk Cain. Now, very loosely, let's just put an overarching idea out there. The energy of Jezebel, it is a feminine energy. Jezebel was a character from the Bible who what we knew to be true was that she killed men, or had men killed, for wealth and gain and power and status. Now, if you're fully on the feminine bandwagon or the feminist bandwagon, I've read plenty of articles that think Jezebel's pretty cool in what she was able to achieve, but I don't sit on that train of thought. Jezebel used evil strategies in order to gain wealth and power. Now she used seduction and manipulation, subtle, sneaky, calculating energy, and she is considered, in the grand scheme of things, to be an enemy of faith. Now, that's a loose outline of who we understand, very loose. Honestly, we'll dig into it deeper, but essentially, she's a character from history who is now an enemy of God, or perceived to be an enemy of God. And the demonic spirit that is now plaguing the earth, that bears her name, is a very calculating, very smart, very subtle, very sneaky, very calculating energy that is here, and it is preying on the hearts of men, and it provokes behavior in people that really weakens them. It can be very sexual in nature, or it uses sexual energy in order to bring men out of their blessings. Now, how we see it alive and well, honestly, is there's a couple of rises. There's a couple of faces that we can see Jezebel energy. It would definitely be in the way we see social media being used in this modern day and age. And, we see a lot of provocative images, a lot of sexual images, and it's very easy for men to be tempted into behavior that's not conducive to healthy relationships via the use of things like Instagram and Snapchat and all that, where a Jezebel spirit can use the image of a provocative woman to lead him out of his marriage or his connect. The Jezebel energy has been known, this demonic spirit has been known to take down churches, take down marriages, and just take down people, full stop. And when I'm not losing my arm there, it's just what it does with the background. Sorry about that. It just kind of makes me giggle there. Look, the reason that I'm talking very keenly about a Jezebel spirit is I've actually been going toe-to-toe with this energy in a very real way in my day-to-day, and having it come against me in my sleep and in my family, and just in ways that this spirit can show up to cut people down, I've been battling it. So it's like the second energy that I want to talk about is the Ahab energy, and that is as a person who is putting themselves publicly forward, preaching ideals of faith, hope, and love, preaching the ideals of Jesus Christ, and preaching the ideals of twin flames and this new energy that's coming through. I'm a prime target for a Jezebel spirit to take down. Now, where she sits, there's a very real war that's playing out in that, you know, like these spirits, these good and bad entities are vying for our souls. There's a spiritual war at play of good and evil, and you know, don't dismiss it out of hand. This is a very, very real thing. And forces from both sides are vying for your soul. They want you on their team. They want you choosing them, right? So Satan has an army. God has an army. Jesus is the general. Satan is the general. And they have like foot soldiers who go forth and try and conquer on behalf of those armies, right? So in Jesus' army, we know of angelic forces, and we know of light workers upon the planet, and, you know, spirits and guides and angels. I mean, they're readily talked about because it's easy to talk about angels in polite company. You know, it's easy to talk about feel-good things, but, you know, to talk about things like a Jezebel spirit who's coming here to claim your soul for a force that you don't want to play for. I see it like Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker, quite literally. You know, Jesus and Satan vying to build, you know, like Luke Skywalker's there fighting for the force and the good side, and Darth Vader's trying to build his evil army on the other side and saying, "Come to the force, Luke. You will have all the power in the world." And this is, you know, like if the you've got the Emperor in Star Wars sitting out there sending people forward, like Jezebel would sit in that Darth Vader energy, honestly, right up there with Satan. A very duplicitous energy that can appear in multiple places at multiple times and attacking people from the inside out. So it will be, you know, like pushing them into adulterous, lewd, immoral behavior that's designed to destroy their lives and keep them off the path of faith. Now, particularly if you are chasing a soul ascension journey, if you understand that you're here on the earth plane and your number one job is to ascend to a higher level of the heavens, then these Jezebel spirits will come after you. And it's like, when I say Jezebel spirit, I'm talking about a duplicitous energy, one that can appear in multiple places at once. So I'm not just talking about if me, Susie, goes to war with one demon and I'm able to bind it in Jesus' name. It doesn't mean that it's not coming after someone else somewhere else. It's very clever, very crafty, very sneaky, very calculating, very dangerous. It's reported to have the ability to take life. It's, you know, like I'm not mucking around, and I'm very serious in putting my message forward. I know that I actually risk another war in, you know, this is a strike for the good guys and they'll have a strike for the bad guys. And this is a spirit that I've been battling for, you know, I've been unaware that I've been battling for a very long time, but have come toe to toe with in recent times. And in making a video like this and bringing awareness to anyone else who might be suffering at the hands of this, you know, like it is a strike. But here's the thing, the other satanic strategy, the King Ahab strategy, is for someone like me to be in this battle and know how to bind this demon up to stop it hurting my scenario. And for me to not tell you or not to do anything about this energy is for me to sit in Satan's second strategy, the King Ahab strategy, which we'll look at more deeply. But this Jezebel spirit is coming after the hearts of and minds of men. And, you know, it's unrepentant. It is destructive. It's not sorry. And genuinely, there are people walking around on the planet with narcissistic personality disorder, right? There are narcissists out there who are walking around causing hurt and suffering and pain, and they don't have compassion or whatsoever. But what I've known to be true about the way the Jezebel spirit sits, that might differentiate it. And I'm not a psychologist, I'm not a psychiatrist, I'm just speaking to what I've just been through. And what I know is that the person who's been involved in being manipulated by this spirit did have compassion but couldn't understand the compulsions. So it sits different to how I read narcissistic energy to be. I mean, you can just sit there and go, oh, your person's just a narcissist. And I'm just going, well, what if they're not? What if they're just acting on, this force has come upon them, which is upon so many on the planet right now, and probably unbeknownst to however many are afflicted. That this spirit is what is motivating, particularly men, into to behavior that would destroy their relationships and their lives. But what is it doing to women in luring men out of their marriages, right? This is what I found particularly interesting. And what's making me speak up is I literally just watched, just come through my reels, on watching Facebook or YouTube or whatever it was. But there's a girl on TikTok, right? She's blonde, she's beautiful, she's stunning, she could have any man she wants, and she's proving it, right? So I didn't see the original TikTok. The one that I saw was going, some woman made a nasty comment on her TikTok feed, and her revenge to that was, I can take your husband. I can take your man. I can take your boyfriend. Watch me. As she's filmed this for the whole world to see. How brazen is this Jezebel energy? Like, it's going, I will go forth. I'm going to message your husband, message your partner with my deliberate intent. I don't want your man. I just want to break up your marriage. I just want to break up your scenario. So it's a process of using seduction, using, manipulative, subtle, sneaky, calculated energy in order to destroy what God has put together, which is a loving marriage that bore children. And I went, it's such a blatant exposure, and people are watching this as entertainment, going, I'm going to watch this is amusing. The amount of views that this girl has had to go forth and actually destroy relationships just in the name of going, I can use my my sexual powers in order to destroy what's in front of me. Now, I'm not saying that everyone who goes out there on social platforms putting beauty forward and putting, provocative images forward is going out of their way to lure men into damaging, destructive behavior. But the rise of social media and the ease of which we have access to other people through things like, direct messaging, and it's destroying relationships. It is taking people down, and this spirit has a playground that is wildly out of control, and the women themselves are feeding into. Saw another post on another channel where she was talking to a group of women who were dressed, and look, this is not a call out on women who dress seductively at all. But here's what was disturbing. Is where the call out is. That when asked whether they prefer a healthy, loving relationship or Instagram, and they had to give up one or the other, these women were prepared to give up healthy, loving relationships in favor of the validation that comes through exposing their bodies or exposing their sexuality on a platform as public as Instagram. Well, Instagram was the one sort of targeted. And I guess why I'm clapping back is because this spirit has affected my life. It's affected my relationships. And when I fought back against this demon exposed itself to me directly and started attacking me, like through my sleep, through things that were happening around me, through could even have been I lost someone because of this spirit. These things are dangerous and they're not to be messed with, but I'm not going to King Ahab it. I'm going to stand up and fight back, and in Jesus' name call this thing out. And I'm going to record a video that calls out in Jesus' name and casts out these demons, and I'm going to make it public. It's not my I didn't write the prayer, but it's powerful, and it's it's something that I have employed, and I employ on the daily to continue to push this energy out from my world, from the world of the people I love. So and now I'm going to talk about, I'm going to say, this is what I've been through. Sometimes you'll see me disappear off YouTube, like I might be a week or whatever, and I just go quiet. And I'm going, because here, like this channel serves, and basically it's a blog of me tracking energies and trying to help other people as I go. And along the way, in trying to be a light and trying to be helpful, there's a force that's trying to shut me down. So I'm going to keep speaking about it, and fearlessly, in Jesus' name, call out these demons who are trying to keep us broken and in despair on the planet. If any of this resonates to you, if any of it resonates, feel free to reach out and contact. I'm going to just keep putting content forward and going, I don't know where this leads. I don't know where this ends. I'm just going to keep talking about it. I'm not, that King Ahab strategy where it goes, something about the satanic realm and you choose not to fight it. That's what happened, is King Ahab didn't fight Jezebel in real life. So now we have the Ahab strategy where you watch something evil taking place and you do nothing about it. And then the Cain strategy is that you do something about it, but you refuse to allow for course correction to change the lives of the people who are affected. So this is what I'm going to be talking about for the next couple of videos, and I will get back to doing readings. I track energy. We're all at the mercy of that, but we're at the mercy of this other war, this spiritual warfare that is playing out around us. And the weapons that we have to fight it are not guns, and they're not arrows, and they're not, like, we have to fight these spiritual wars with spiritual processes. And if we don't understand what these spiritual processes are, we're at the mercy of things like destroyed relationship. We're at the mercy of people who surrender into drug use, or surrender into alcohol abuse, and surrender into all these things. Now, these demons get in through those kinds of things. You'll have a scar to start off with. You'll have a deep wound, and then you'll figure out, oh, I know how to make myself feel better. I'll drink. I'll take drugs. I'll do those kinds of things. And these spirits just go, beauty. I'll just embed myself into the energy of that broken person. And as they try and fight, and as they try and recover, they're knocking down people like Skittles in their way. Like, it's an insidious energy, and it is unrepentant, and it is destructive. And, I want to be part of the army that calls it out, part of the army that binds it up and shoots it down and stops people on this planet having to live in such brokenness when there is an antidote. His name is Jesus Christ, and every knee must bow, including the Jezebel spirit. So I'll put this, it's just me talking. It's almost like a diary. And if it helps just one other person, then my job here is done. But I will record. It's not my words, and I will give full credit to the prayer that it belongs to. But you have to understand, if you, in standing up against a Jezebel spirit, you actually participate in you're not a sideline player. And at the moment, you might not even realize that you're in the war. But what this asks you to do is step up to the front line and help fight it. It's like you become, instead of just being in the infantry, you become one of the leaders in the battle. So you don't have to, but if you choose to take this fight up, it's a genuine fight. It's a genuine war. It's a genuine battle. So we need to go into these wars fully protected and fully armed, or be at the mercy of things like a Jezebel spirit tearing down our lives. Oh, deep subject, deep issue. And, however this lands with you, that's not my call. My call is to go, I know this war is there, and I know ways to fight it, and my job is to speak about it. That's what I'm here to do. So, in faith, hope, and love, everybody, I hope this has helped, even if it's just helped one person. In faith, hope, and love, it's bye from me for now.